Alright, so let's start with a bang. Play one of my new favourite tracks that I've made. And that means everyone needs to get up and move around a little bit, get the blood flow moving. I know you've all been doing other stuff, so let's all get on the same wavelength as each other with my new SOMA Breath anthem. That's right. Yes, let's get up. It's called Amazing. Let's just shake it up. Yeah.
You are amazing. spirit gets me high, gets me high.
Yeah! Live and direct from Ibiza. It's SOMA Breath. Okay, so Welcome everyone. How's everyone feeling? Well, that's our way we start in SOMA Breath. That's how we roll. So, looks like everyone had a bit of fun, moving and shaking. Yes. All right, so the topic for today. So today we're talking about nervous system reset. So, firstly, all the music we do in SOMA Breath is produced in-house by myself, some amazing musicians that we have in-house. And so our instructors usually start their classes with music, getting everyone dancing, moving, shaking. And you know what? That is all you need for a nervous system reset. I'm telling you. Right, how good does that feel just to move the body a little bit, to cool music and dance and shake? That feel good? Well, I'm actually roasting right now. It's about 34 degrees outside and our AC doesn't work in here very well. So I am really hot and sweaty. That's another good way to reset your nervous system, is to sweat it out, get some exercise. The number one way to improve your physical health is through movement, right? And there's so many studies now that support that exercise is the number one way to improve most of your health markers, longevity markers, inflammation, you name it, depression. You can pull yourself out of depression by dancing to music that you enjoy. Because if you don't move it, you lose it, all right? And the same thing goes with your nervous system. If you don't exercise it, we lose it, right? And the best way to exercise your nervous system is through movement. And we do certain exercise, we're going to do one in a moment, called shaking. And when we shake in a rhythm, we activate the nervous system and you feel like electric. And it's a powerful way to release stress from the body. What do animals do when they get stressed? They shake it out, right? If you look at cats and dogs, that's what they do instinctively. We didn't get taught the off switch for stress. We had to learn it, right? And this is one of the ways we learn it, is by modeling the masters of dealing with stress, who happen to be those yogic gurus who sit in caves all day. But you know what? I wonder how they would cope in a busy city environment in a place like somewhere like London or New York. How long would they last, right? But what they do have is tools that we can borrow, right? Which us mere mortals can use whilst we have to endure living in busy, stressful environments. You know, we don't all have caves that we can go and retreat to and escape to, right? You can make your own cave. You can make your own version of it at home, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about how to retreat yourself, how to take care of this nervous system that we have. Because everything we do is a result of a feeling. Everything, if you think about it. Everything we do is a result of a feeling that we have. And some call it intuition, some call it it's instinct. But we do a lot of things on autopilot, okay? And that's what makes us take action, is most of the things that we do on autopilot without even thinking about it. I call it your real AI. The real AI is your automatic intelligence. It's the intelligence of your unconscious mind, okay? It's the programming that's hardwired and installed from your parents, your teachers, your environment, your experiences. Habits are formed this way. And these create instinctive behavioral patterns, habits, things that you just do on autopilot. Like if somebody says something, how do you react? If you read something, how do you react? If you get into a stressful situation, how do you react? What do you do? What's the thing that you instinctively do? Well, what's driving that is this unconscious, like, tape deck of a recording of many learned behaviors and habits and memories running on loop. And so we get into these loops of behavior that sometimes serves us and oftentimes doesn't. So in order to really understand how to get what you want, you have to understand how this mind works, this operating system works of the mind. And then you need to understand how to take care of it. And that's where the nervous system reset practices really make a big difference. All right. So in the olden days, I was not very good at dealing with stress. I used to get triggered very easily. I used to work in a crazy pharmacy environment where I was managing a whole team of like 20, 30 people in a store. And I'm a very creative person, but pharmacy is very robotic. You're running a factory. And I was just dishing out pills all day long. And it made me like a nervous wreck. It fried my nervous system, and I was not the best person to be around. I would say horrible, nasty things to people without even thinking about it. And sometimes it would just come out of my mouth, and I'd be like, well, why did I say that? I don't really mean that, but I just said it. And who's ever done that? Who, admit it, who sometimes said things and regret it in a conflict situation, a heated debate, an argument, or something happens, like my daughter. Sometimes I have to hold myself back. Luckily I've trained myself, but having a daughter who's 3 years old is challenging. Sometimes they'll do things that you just want to scream at them and like, no. And sometimes you'll say the wrong thing, right, in the heat of the moment. But what I've tried to really do is install a better operating system, all right, where I'm not as reactive. Okay, where I don't just lash out anymore, like where I used to in the past, and that didn't help me form very good relationships with people. Like I'd like go into battle too easily, right? And sometimes it was with my own family members, and sometimes those things are the hardest to shift. Who here has got has gone through all of the personal development courses and things you could dream of, but still when they are in a little family unit with maybe it's your parents or siblings or kids or something, you just get into rows, and everything that you've learned just disappears, right, in the moment. Anyone can relate to that as well? Yeah. So this happens, and it still happens, because we have such hardwired programming in our automatic intelligence. So this is what's really driving us, okay? It's this AI that's within us. So how do we change that? Well, before we change that, let me tell you about how to first take care of yourself in stressful situations so you're not as reactive, okay? We'll talk a little bit about the science behind this and what your breath has got to do with it, because it has a lot to do with it. So your nervous system it runs like from your brain stem, okay? It's obviously connected to the neurology of the brain, but that brain stem is connected then through your spine, and then the nervous system comes out like a web, and this nervous system connects to every single organ, muscle, tissue, joint. Pretty much it's all over our body, okay, this nervous system. And it's really what makes us do anything, okay? Because if you think about it, what are all the things that have had to happen for you to all be on this call right now? Have a think about it. You'd had to have responded maybe to an email, a link that came through, and then just start to trace back like all of the things that have happened. You could either do it like right now on here. You know what? I'm going to do something adventurous. I'm going to pull somebody up. We're going to play this exercise with them right now. Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer? Raise your hand. Okay. I want somebody who's got the camera on to volunteer. So you got Hetal. Okay. We're going to do a little exercise. This will give you a taste of enlightenment. Okay. Now, tell me all of the things that have had to happen for you to be on this call right now, Hetal.
So I've come across your SOMA Breathwork in the last, I think, month or so, and I've been struggling with my own nervous system regulation. So I accepted this call, and then I had to arrange childcare for the school pickup. So I've done that. Um,
And what traced back all of the events that led up to here that made it possible for you to be on this call right now? Think about it.
I had to really show up for myself. I suppose
What
for
made you
me,
show up for yourself? Like what was the thing that inspired you to show up for yourself?
um, well, recently I've been through my own sort of journey, and I hadn't known about Soma Breath until I
How did you
went.
hear about Sound Breath?
So I don't know if do you know Nikki Clinch?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So I just attended one of her it was Discovering Freedom programs, and someone that was supporting her there is a Soma Breath instructor. And I had
Ah,
profound impact after just
yeah.
attending. I've never done
Okay.
breath work for longer than 5 or 10 minutes, but this was
Right.
like 45 minutes, and I've never ever experienced so much.
So you had to have gone to this Nikki's class, right? What made you go to Nikki's class or course or
I was
whatever it
sick of
was?
my own BS. I think I had
Ah.
surrendered. I had to like I think I've tried a lot of things like therapy and everything, but I'm in surrender mode where I'm a bit like at the crossroads, not knowing what's next for me. So I was like, I really have to take stock and just, I'm a mum as well. So it's really
So you had to
important that
become
I
a
can
mum.
regulate.
You had to become
Sorry.
a mum. You had to become a mum to
I
get
had to
through
become a
stressful
mum to
situations.
realize that I haven't dealt
Yeah.
with my own demons.
Yeah. So look, if you go further back and back and back, right, you'll see there's a lot of dots that have led you to being on this call today. Now, Mike, and if you go even further back than that, like this laptop that I am doing this call through had to have been invented, okay, for this to be even possible. This moment right now, right? This microphone had to be invented. This camera had to be invented, right? Somebody had to do that, and they have their own story. In fact, for you to even exist right now, there's a 1 in quadrillion chance that you even exist. Like a lucky sperm had to meet a lucky egg and fertilize, right? That chance is 1 in quadrillion chance. So you are an absolute miracle, okay? An absolute miracle. So when you go even further back, like, there had to be dinosaurs, there had to be planets formed, and so on and so forth. But something's driving this timeline. Now, is it you consciously deciding, or is it something else?
No, it's me consciously deciding because I've always been in employed work, and I'm on a journey where I've got
So you
almost
believe in free will. You think free will exists. You think we have
100%.
free will.
I mean,
100%.
not yeah, 100% that like everything that we're searching for, like you're saying, is within us, but sometimes it takes time to tap into that. And God, I've needed the guidance as well at this moment in time, which is that's why I'm on here, because it helps
Yeah.
me. And it holds me accountable getting it done.
Yeah.
But also I'm on here because I'm curious. About the Soma breath technique because I'm actually exploring it as something that I want
Nice.
to look into. So that's one
Awesome.
of the core reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, wouldn't you also say it's true? A lot of chance encounters have happened that have also
Do you know
brought you
what?
here
Most
today.
recent, yeah. Like I've come across
Yeah.
things, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the universe works in mysterious ways, like
Yes, it
really
does.
works in mysterious ways because I
Yeah.
I resigned from a job and it's not in my nature to do that, but I did it because I didn't want to end up burning out. Um, and it was the toughest call I've made, riskiest move I've made, but I did it.
Wow. Yeah. So, so basically, there's a series of things that have happened over time
Yeah,
that have brought you to here today. Some of it you consciously choose,
yeah,
but some of these things happen because other people did certain things. Like, for example, the Nikki had to create a course,
yeah,
something inspired her to do it. So there's a lot
yeah.
of random, weird, or maybe
Random.
divine
Yeah,
guidance that's going on too.
yeah.
But if you break it all down, if you go back enough, you'll realize that actually most things that happen to us arise from a nervous system impulse, a reaction to a feeling. right? A, as I said, some people call it intuition, but it actually is just your nervous system reacting and making you do something. Like, okay, I'm gonna click on this and watch this video, or I'm gonna participate in it, I'm gonna pay this and do that. Deep down, there's a nervous, this instinctive reaction that happens. This is our nervous system. And sometimes it happens in our favor, other times not so much. Would you say so?
100%, and I'm trusting my intuition more. So whereas before I've used my logical mind a lot, for the first time, I'd say in a long time, I'm being guided by my intuition.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, like, there's a question of, does free will exist? Because there's two schools of thought. In the West, free will, we all were born into free will. In fact, we're all born into sin, okay, according to the Bible. But free will exists. Everything's our choice, and it's our choice whether we go to heaven or hell, right? And with that comes, unfortunately, a lot of feeling of guilt, shame, fear of death as well. Or am I going to go to hell? I'm going to go to hell. But then on the Eastern side, the Eastern philosophy is there's no such thing as free will, right? And that's actually the Buddhist idea, is that there is no, we're all sleeping in a sleeping trance, and that's what majority of people experience, is that they are just playing out dharma, karmic action. It's just pre-programmed programs that lead us to do anything. And the idea of meditation is to suppress the ego and this instinctive drive that leads us to things that may harm. It's to try and break the cycle, the pattern. So what kind of Buddhist practice is about is to break the pattern of undesirable instinctive behaviors and desires that makes us want stuff. And then that wanting of stuff makes us create stress in our lives, right? So meditation is kind of like a awakening to this idea that we are already programmed. We're like robots, most of us in a sleeping trance, and the idea is to suppress the robot, okay? But there's a third path, and the third path is the tantric path. And the tantric path is that we have the ability to create free will. If we know how, we can cultivate free will. That both paths are true. Both are true. The West is true. There is such a thing as free will, but most people aren't operating on free will. Most people are completely reactive to the environment and circumstance, and they're not really consciously choosing. They're being pushed into doing what they want by reaction, right? So how we react in a situation determines everything, right? So we can't control, and this is another Eastern philosophy, we cannot control what goes on in the outside world. I had no control over the fact this Apple computer exists where I'm able to do this session right now, right? I had no control over this. This is what's allowed me to do what I'm doing today, is this Apple computer. Literally, I owe so much to Steve Jobs for existing, okay? That wasn't my conscious free will, but it's allowed me to be who I am today, right? More than almost most things in my life, because this is where most of my work gets done, okay? But what I also was living was a life on a sleeping robotic trance as a pharmacist, hating my life and playing out lots of hardwired cultural programs of drinking a lot, drug taking, not sleeping, eating McDonald's every day, and so on and so forth, right? That was my repetitive loop. And culture designs that, because that culture creates money, a lot of money, and it drives the economy, okay? So culture has been created, manufactured. It's like, what came first, chicken or the egg? But is it because of the power of greedy people that they've manufactured a bad culture that creates a lot of problems? That means people buy stuff endlessly, and there's a huge consumer culture because of fear promoted by the marketing companies? Or is it that we have these needs and they're just fulfilling the needs? So it's hard to completely define that, but I do think there's a bit of People have woken up and realized that they can create a lot of money and power, and they can consciously choose for us if they want. And that's the power of the media, right? Look at COVID. COVID was one of the scariest times for me because so many people gave up their sense of sovereign and their ability to think for themselves and completely surrendered to the government, to the point where they became enemies of their own neighbors and they were dobbing in their neighbors, right? And if you look at Ukraine-Russia war, sorry to put it there, you've got cousins fighting each other across a border. It's wild how they've manufactured opposition between people who are so close to each other, right? Culturally. Same thing happened in Serbia, right? In the war that happened over there. So there's been many examples in history of people playing out patterns because of fear, programming, and culture, right? And culture is not always your best friend. In fact, culture is not your friend at all. Okay, so the art of waking up is to understand that, realize that you're being programmed all the time through a cultural hypnosis. And the art of understanding your nervous, when you really understand how it works, you can actually wake up much faster and protect yourself against that programming. Okay, and take much better choices, and you'll end up more consciously aware and able to choose what's right from the heart's level, not from the fear of the mind, right? So this is what SOMA Breath's about, really. That's why I called the course the 21-Day Awakening, because it's really condensing the ultimate philosophies of tantric practice into a 21-day course, right? Now, it begins with understanding how to reset the nervous system and to bring it back into alignment, to restore balance, okay? So I'm going to give you all a bunch of tools now that once you calm the nervous system down and you get out of reaction mode, right? When you start to consciously choose to now, I am not going to react right now. I'm going to do a practice and that's going to switch me back into calm state. Okay, so first let's understand what that really means. So, and I think this will give you a lot of, I'm going deeper than most people will talk about in nervous system reset courses. We're going much deeper now. So you need to understand that you have different parts of your mind, of who you are. Okay, you have, and this also will help you answer the question, who am I really? Okay, because we have a neocortex, which evolved much later on in evolution than the more primitive part of the brain. And right at the center of your brain, the midbrain, you have the reptilian brain. The reptilian is called that because we have a lot in common with birds and reptiles. Okay, and here is where your brainstem is, and that is what's connected to the rest of your biology, okay? And that's what creates reaction, instinctive reaction, okay? And it is more powerful than neocortex. Now, if you sit back and just observe yourself, let's just do this action for a moment. Just close your eyes and just bring your awareness for a moment to your breath. And just tune into your breath and just breathe in and out, up and down, 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out in a rhythm. And just practice that for a moment. Okay, now as you do this, let's come back around. Was there a voice in your head? Was there a speaking part of your mind that started to speak to you in your mind at any point during that? So you just focus on counting? Okay, good. Good, you're just counting, all right? And you're aware of your breath. Yeah? So what you just did there was the oldest form of breath meditation. Okay? It's the oldest form of meditation, where you just count your breath up and down. All right? Now what I want you to do is do it without counting. So just breathe rhythmically, just observing your breath. Long breath in for around 4 seconds. Long breath out for around 4 seconds. No counting this time. Okay, come back around. Now, how about now? Was there a little voice going off? Wondered how wife was getting on her Eurostar journey. I love it. Okay, so yes. So if you have a speaking voice, then that voice is your neocortex. This is it's actually also the left side. It's your verbal part of the mind. Okay, and it's also known as the monkey mind. Okay, now this is consciousness. This is your conscious voice. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is a little practice. This is not who you really are, by the way. That's not your truth. Who you really are is actually a mystery. We don't really know. Okay? But we can kind of have some perspective. So I want you to just feel into now what your soul might be. The way you do that is now what you're going to try and do, and we'll do this a little bit longer, same practice, okay? No counting. But I want you to completely try and quieten that mind. So what you do is you push those thoughts away to one side. So if you see words coming into your mind, or if you hear it, imagine you can gently push them to a side and try and just observe no voice and just awareness of breath. Okay? So let's try again. And this time what I want you to do is don't control the breath. Don't control the breath. Just observe the breath. So don't control the rhythm. Just observe it. Be the observer of the breath. And see how you get on now. We'll do this for a couple of minutes. Okay, coming back round slowly. How was that? How was that, everyone? So, very hard. As somebody says they had ADHD, very hard. Almost fell asleep. So good. To keep coming back, peaceful, relaxing, better. I was so relaxed. Yes. That's your nervous, those who feel really relaxed, and even maybe you felt like a blissful feeling starting to emerge. That is your nervous system resetting. So felt like staying there forever. My brain never quiets. It will do in a moment. So what you were doing there was bringing your awareness away from this voice in your head to something other than the voice in the head. Okay? Now, one of the ways to do it is by observing the breath. Another way to do it is through sound. So we're going to do another experiment. Okay? Actually, I'm going to ask you a question first before we do this, just to get this interactive. How long do you think you just did it for? How long do you think the exercise was? So many different ideas of how long it was. Now, what this proves, okay, again, I told you this whole class is going to give you a taste of enlightenment, is that you all have different perceptions of reality. Because actually, the actual time was 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Okay? Some of you are pretty good, but then others were completely off. Some shorter, some longer. Someone thought 8 minutes. Okay, so what that shows is everyone has a different perception of reality. So every one of us is actually living through what I call a different reality tunnel, a unique lens of how we see the world. And that reality tunnel is programmed by our experience growing up, our genetics, our ancestors, our environmental programming. So we're all very unique, we're all individual, we're all different, and therefore we react completely uniquely and have different ideas and perceptions of reality. So that's why it's very hard sometimes to change someone's mind. Have you noticed that? When you know you're right, you must be right, and you want to try and change someone else's mind, they just cannot see it. Reason is because they're living through their own unique reality tunnel that's different to yours, right? And this is fixed part of our programming of who we are. And they also think the same about you. They also think, oh my God, they just don't get it. They don't get it. Why can't they get it? Why I can't change their mind? They're all also having the same experience about that, right? So we're all unique, we're all individual, we all have different experiences of reality, but we all have the same sensations when we reset the nervous system. When you quieten that mind, that thought in the head, which is your ego, it's called the default mode network. You may have heard that before, the default mode network. Well, that's that voice in the head that you are trying to calm down, all right? To quieten, to silence. That's the brain's version of the ego, okay? So you just understood now what ego really means. And that's what is confusing you and criticizing and judging and calculating. And sometimes it's just also on your side. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's excited, it's judging the reality in front of you with a positive lens. Sometimes it's not, okay? But this is the brain's version of the ego, and it has rigid ideas. But what really drives you still is not even that. It's this instinctive AI, which can also be negatively programmed when you're tense and stressed. Because when you are tense, right, rigid, it's hard for you to take any action. you get paralyzed. And what causes tension? Very noisy voice in the head. So when you've got very loud voice in the head that just is whirring and whirring and going round and round and round and round and round. I remember once at university, I mean, I'm very open about my past. I used to smoke so much weed, it was insane. I don't know how I used to do it. Like, I would smoke from the moment I got up to the moment I went to bed, chain smoke joints. And I still function. I still ran quite a big business at 19 years old, somehow. But I was really crazy. And then after a while, I got a bit of psychosis from it. And I remember this constant voice in my head. It was just weird. It was like it was another person inside me. So it's a bit of paranoid schizophrenia going on. And it was so intensely loud. But you know what? I realized over time that some people have that without smoking loads of weed. And later on in my life, when I got really depressed, that voice, and when I was in the pharmacy, that voice was super loud. And it was just negative self-talk on steroids, right? So what that does is it stops you from doing anything. It paralyzes you. You probably heard that word as well, paralysis by analysis. But that happens to a lot of people and it stops them taking action. Because every voice in this head, the verbal part of the mind, the speaking part of the mind, creates tension in the body, a sympathetic nervous system reaction. The body becomes tense and rigid, like this, stiff, right? And you'll see people who have really got very loud voice in their head, their mind's just constantly racing, they kind of have a bit of a position like this. They're a bit hunched over, they droop, they like look down, right? And they're kind of stiff and their shoulders are stiff, right? Their fascia gets tight, as somebody just said. So when you quieten that voice, you reset the nervous system. It says, relax, okay? Instead of being in sympathetic overdrive, you go into a peace state, calm state, your natural state, who you're supposed to be. And I just showed you the simplest way to do that. Breath awareness. Become aware of the breath. The other way to do that is through sound. So let's do another experiment. So what I want you to do now is just close your eyes, and this time, instead of looking at your breath, observing your breath, I want you to observe a sound. Any sound in your environment that draws your awareness, okay? And just tune in to that sound as though that's all that exists right now. So let's try that. Okay, slowly coming back around. And how was that for you? Just tuning into a sound, any sound. I wasn't playing a sound, by the way. This was just for you to tune into any sound in your environment. My breathing slowed down a lot. I started to sing, okay? Birds chirping, birds. Mind went quiet occasionally. Felt good, enjoyed it. Ticking of a clock. Great. Did you find that easier? Who found that easier? Most of you found sound easier. Some of you know. Okay, so this is another exercise for you to understand the different sensory inputs people have. So we have different ways we absorb information from the environment that can stimulate us, okay? That can actually overdrive our nervous system as well if it's too intense. So we have, some of us are auditory, some of us are kinesthetic, and some of us are visual. So what does that mean? Auditory means you are more drawn to sound. You are more receptive to sound. So you might find sound meditation easier. Some of you are going to be more drawn to touch and feeling, and observing the breath is more kinesthetic. Feeling the flow of air up and down, or just observing the breath is more kinesthetic. And then some of you are going to be more visual, right? Visual meaning you need to look at something. So we're going to try one more exercise. What I want you to do now is to just tune in to something across the room from you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to show you a visual so we can all tune into the same thing. 1 minute. Let me just get a visual. So what you can do is you can tune in to, and this is one of the oldest forms of meditation as well, is staring at a flickering candle and tuning into that and watching a flickering candle, okay, and using that as your point of focus. Let me just get the video. Okay, I thought I had one here. There we go. Okay, my favorite symbol. We're going to look at this. Just bear with me a sec. Okay, can you see this? So just tune into the center of this Sri Yantra, okay? And just observe that. And same exercise. Any thought that comes to your mind, just gently push it to one side. And we're going to do just tune into it again. All right? Let's go. Okay, stop. Coming back around into present moment. How was that? How do you find doing that? Distracted more? Kept zoning? Loved it? The hardest one? Sorry, everyone. The daughter's going nuts. Okay, how's that? All right, so favorite was observing the breath. Everyone's going to have a different favorite, right? Some people are more visual, they'll find that easier. Others are more kinesthetic, they're going to find observing the body better. And others are more auditory, they're going to find the sound a more easier exercise. And so you're going to be a combination usually of one of those three. Okay, so we're also different and unique in that respect. And so therefore, like, you need to find your reset that works for you, because not all the same resets will work for all of you. Okay, and here's the big penny drop moment for you. Just wait 1 sec. I need to just deal with something. So here's the big penny drop moment for you. The big penny drop moment is that, well, first you just experience what the nervous system resets like. And you've also understood now that we're all different, we're all unique, we all have completely different versions of reality. So what that's helped me to do is just have ease and peace with other people and other situations. You know? Like, instead of getting riled up at someone and frustrated with somebody, I just have a bit more peace of mind because I know that they're usually just doing their best, and that, you know, they're living their own reality time. So if I don't agree with someone, instead of me trying to put so much effort and fighting to get them to change their mind, I just let it go, because I know there's enough people out there who see the world like I do, and I just surround myself with those sorts of people. Yeah. So these are ways to ease the reactivity by understanding this. You're literally becoming enlightened right now as we speak, right? But there's the penny drop moment, is the art of nervous system reset. Nobody teaches you this, right? Is the ability to bring your awareness from the voice in the head to something other than the voice in the head. You understand? So that's the trick. If you can just bring your awareness to something other than this loud screaming voice in the head, you've won. That's it. You have woken up. This is what all the spiritual teachers have been trying to teach everyone on this planet. They just made it too complicated for some reason. But it's as simple as that. Bring your awareness away from the voice. Just use the tool. So I just gave you a few tools. Now, another way to do it, we did that at the beginning, is just to dance like nobody's watching and go crazy, get lost in the music. That's meditation. That's it. So when somebody says, oh, it's really hard to meditate, no, it's not. Just dance like crazy like nobody's watching and just get lost and absorbed in the music and the moment. What will happen is you will stop worrying about things. Your worrying voice in your head quiets down, you calm down, and you feel great. You've reset, just like you did at the beginning of this session. That's why we danced a bit and shaked, right? So shaking, another practice. Let's do it now. We've been talking for a while. Let's get up. I'm going to play some more music to now get a shaking a bit. All right. So to shake, okay, you just need to be grounded, okay? With both your feet on the ground. So it's like you're standing on a vibration plate, okay? So you're standing on a vibration plate like this, all right? And imagine you're just turning up the dial and you're just vibrating. So how would you vibrate? You just shake like this, okay? So I'm going to play a track right now and get everyone shaking. Oops. To share my sound. Okay. Let's go. Just start shaking and breathe in the rhythm. Breathe. Check. Hey. And start turning up the dial on the vibration plate. Shake, shake, shake. Just shake, keep shaking. Keep shaking. Take it all up, keep shaking.
Cabo Dineo, Cabo Mavosana, Cabo Panyatumat, Cabo Lorente, Lebenaja, Zulunaja, Oskanaja,
Shake.
Naja, Zulunaja, Naja, Menanaja,
Yeah, keep shaking. And if you need a break, you can just go back or just shake it up a bit more. 4 minutes. Shake everything. We're full power now. Full power shaking. Okay, come back into stillness. Now just feel how that feels. Become aware of the body. Do that same exercise again. Just tune into the body, the vibrations. Stretch your face. Little stretch. Come back. All right. How did that feel? Feel good? This is the ultimate way to release the tension from the body. Shaking. Yes. Felt release. Oh, made the mind worse. Interesting. Okay. Something awoke and also calm. Good, relax, awesome, tingling, feeling sleepy. Amazing. So look, I've given you lots of different tools here now. Okay. Now, in SOMA Breath, we bring this all together into a practice. Okay. So in SOMA Breath, really what we're doing is the art of getting your awareness out of the default mode network and back into the soma, the body, right? So you start feeling your truth again. Not this loud voice in the head that's been programmed, but your real truth, okay? Who you truly are. That's what SOMA Breath's about. And we do it through the special breath practice where we breathe in a rhythm. And breathing in a rhythm is a form of breath meditation because you'll bring awareness to the breath and you're tuning into the sound as well. So it's a form of sound meditation. And the music guides the breath and the rhythm. So it's a combination of auditory, kinesthetic, right? But we also bring in psychedelic visuals too into our practice. So we have these hypnofractals, which you can tune into too if you want to. Not everyone wants to, they just want to close their eyes. But the visual types love the trippy visuals that we have too. And you can have a complete dynamic experience of the breath, the rhythm, the music, guidance, and the visuals, right? So it's like a multi-dimensional experience. And then we always start off the SOMA Breath classes with shaking, movement, stretching the face muscles, releasing that tension that's stored in the body. And that just resets you before you even begin the breath session, okay? So we're going to do a little breath session now to finish the class, and then we'll open up for some questions if you have any. But is everyone understanding what I've been getting at here? How simple what nervous system reset is and what it really means to reset nervous system. I hope I've kind of opened your mind a little bit to some of the mystical traditions and the tantric philosophies and practices that are actually really simple when you understand them. Yeah. And what we're doing is we're bringing our awareness from the voice in our head, the monkey mind, to something other than that. And you can find many different ways of doing this. Some people do it through dance. Some people do it through shaking. Some people do it through the breath. Some people do it through just meditation practice. Some people do it through producing music. When I'm making music or playing a guitar or something, playing a keyboard, I'm gone. I'm in a different zone altogether. That's the flow state. All right. You can all do that. You can all find your own practice that works. But with SOMA Breath, we've made one that really works on a meditative level as a nervous system reset, but also it delivers this dose of intermittent hypoxia holding your breath after 69 seconds delivers this magic ingredient of a positive stress on the body that also acts as a complete reset to your nervous system, okay? And it strengthens and upgrades your mitochondria, cleans out bad ones, and makes you have more healthy, thriving, full power mitochondria. That means you have more energy. If you have more energy, more vitality, you vibe higher, and so on and so forth. And then what our guided meditation element to it does is it allows you to reprogram the AI in your mind, in your brain, your subconscious. It allows you to reprogram the AI like you're a human computer program of your own operating system. That's the art of neurosomatic programming. So we're going to do a little taste of it right now. You up for it? Yep. We're going to do a little taste of neurosomatic programming right now. So I'm going to allow you to have a quick break. If you need a pee break for a minute or something, go for it, right? Before we do this quick exercise. So I'm just queuing this up. Whew. Okay. What we're going to do is one of my favorite sessions. It's called Quieten Your Mind for Inner Peace. And you're also going to hear this, you'll find this on our SOMA Breath app in the rest section. Okay, it's a beautiful session for 15 minutes. We're going to do that. And then for the last half hour, we will open up for questions to finish off this Power 2 hour. Where, I love to deliver lots of value. Yep. Okay, let's do it. So everybody get comfortable. So to do this practice, what you're going to do is sit in a comfortable position, back straight, upright. You can also do it lying down. If you really need to lie down, it's fine. Okay. And you're going to breathe in when I say breathe in, breathe out when I say breathe out. You're going to be breathing in a rhythm. And then you're going to hold your breath when I say breathe out, hold. And you're going to hold your breath in when I say breathe in, hold. And then you're going to hum when I say to hum. And what you're going to do is simply relax into it. There's no, like a competition here. Just do it at your own pace. And to breathe, you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a smooth, connected breath. No pause between inhale and exhale. And when you hold your breath, you're going to breathe in, breathe out, and just relax. When you hold your breath on an exhale, you expire. What does expire mean? It means to actually die, right? It's when somebody dies, you expire. This is like pressing pause on life. When you expire and hold, that extended hold actually tricks your brain into thinking is dead. It invokes a full pseudo near-death experience for a very brief period, because you get into that state of intermittent hypoxia. That's what triggers the positive stress response, but it triggers the most powerful nervous system reset, and it does no harm, only a lot of good. And it has all these health benefits I said to you, but what it does for your mind is incredible. Your default mode network goes offline, because when you breathe, you're inspired. Inspiration comes from thinking, thought, from breathing in. When you breathe in, thoughts produced. When you breathe out, thought is reduced. Breathe in, thoughts produced. Breathe out, thoughts reduced. Understand? So when you hold your breath on the exhale, your mind goes really quiet. And this session we're about to do now is going to really allow your mind to go very quiet. That's why it's called Quiet Your Mind. Okay? Again, just go with the flow. Don't worry too much about the instruction because it's very well guided in the track itself. If you don't get it the first round you do it, you'll get it the second round. We're going to do 2 rounds in this one session. And you will then report and we'll allow you to feedback your experience with this. Okay? So let's go. Okay. Welcome to SOMA Breath Meditation, Quiet Your Mind. This breath-based meditation will take you into a deep state of relaxation and rejuvenation by simply following along with very easy instructions and by breathing in time with especially crafted rhythmic music. So as you sit comfortably, bring your awareness to the sound. Any sound that draws your attention. Bring this into the present moment. And notice as you tune into this sound, the voice in your head that worries about the future and gets caught up in the past begins to fade away, drift away, taken away with it the cares and worries of the world. That's right. And now bring your awareness to your breath as you breathe in and letting go on your exhale with a sigh of good feelings. That's right. Becoming more and more comfortable and relaxed. In a moment, you shall hear a count and a rhythm of the music that will become the guide for your breath. And as you breathe in this special rhythm, you will be turning off the stress and turning on relaxation. Breathing in through both your nostrils, breathing out through your mouth, with a smooth and consistent rhythm, with no pause between your inhale and exhale. Making sure with every exhale that you make, you just relax and do it with no force. And your breath on the inhale should be silent and quiet, just as your mind begins to become. So now, exhale slowly and fully, getting ready to breathe in a rhythm. That's right, breathing in a smooth, connected rhythm, with no pause between your inhale and exhale. Allow the music to be your guide, the sound of my voice helping you go deeper and deeper within your own mind. And notice as you breathe in this special rhythm, become more and more relaxed with a still and quiet mind. may notice tingly sensations and even your eyelids flickering. And know that this is a sign that you're going deeper to states of absolute bliss and relaxation. That's right. Notice how your mind relaxes and your breathing becomes more rhythmic. Turn up the dial on those good sensations and good feelings of relaxation. With every breath you take in and out, that's right. That's right, going deeper and deeper to states of bliss and relaxation. Feels so good to just relax and quiet the mind. And now, take a deep breath all the way in and breathe out fully and hold your breath, as life is just a series of inhales and exhales. As you press pause on your breath, you press pause on life for a moment. and your thoughts become still and focus on a single point. Bring your awareness to that moment of stillness. If you feel you need to inhale, just inhale, coming back to normal breathing before the next round begins. And when you hear the count and the music, begin to breathe in a rhythm again. And now, breathing in a deeper and slower rhythm. Helping to go even deeper to states of relaxation and rejuvenation. Remember, the rhythm is more important than the depth. No worries if you cannot breathe fully in or out, just breathe in a rhythm. That's right. Know that as you're breathing in this special rhythm, you are helping the oxygen to move into every single cell in the body, helping it to heal, rejuvenate, and be supercharged and refreshed. That's right, the potent new source of energy. And now take a deep breath in. Hold. And now let go. And breathe all the air out and hold your breath after the exhalation. And enjoy once again that moment of stillness you receive by pausing your breath just for a moment. And then when you get that first urge to breathe, just breathe in gently and come back into a normal breathing pattern. That's right. And know that as you leave this session today, you shall do so with a new sense of positive energy. That's right. Much love and positive energy for the day ahead. Peace. Slowly coming back around. Present moment. Just becoming aware of your body, senses, your environment. And coming back into full waking alertness, ready to have an amazing day. So, getting amazing feedback from everyone. Beautiful feedback. Amazing. Great. Thank you so much. So let's just do a quick recap on what we just did. So you just experienced a whole series of different nervous system reset techniques. We covered the art of meditation, the ancient forms of meditation, from breath awareness to sound meditation to visual meditation. And then you also experience some somatic meditation techniques like shaking, moving, dancing. And then we did a SOMA breath journey that brings a lot of these elements together. So typical SOMA breath class starts with some movement, dancing, shaking. Then we go into the breath meditation, which begins with some sound meditation going into the breath awareness and breath meditation. But really what this is all doing, and what meditation has a big part, and what its use case is nervous system resetting nervous system. And this is a word that's become a buzzword. You see it all over the internet. I just see a lot of people talking about it. I don't feel like many people understand really what it means, and don't always give the most clear, logical, and just simple explanations. So I think you should have just now understood how simple it is to reset your nervous system. And that you have a few techniques now you can go to at any moment, at any time. And now you've also understood why you're doing it. Because what free will is when you wake up and realize you can choose. Are you going to listen to this voice in the head and react to that? Right? Or are you going to choose to bring yourself to peace? Then you can react from alignment, which is a peaceful body means peaceful mind. And then when you act from a place of peace, you manifest peace. If your mind's going, oh my God, I've heard this person, it starts to make you feel anger. So if you then react to how your mind, your ego has made you feel, you will react from anger. But that's not your truth. That's not who you truly are. Your truth is peace. And that's free will, waking up. That's awakening. That's what awakening is. All right? So that's what you will learn. So what I've just tried to do is kind of distill thousands of years of spiritual wisdom into like 2 hours. But it still leaves us with 20 minutes for for you to all have a moment to ask questions, to share, for us to all hang out a little bit. So has anyone got any questions I want to ask? And this meditation, as well as many other meditations, as well as somatic practices, dancing, shaking, everything is on our SOMA Breath app. So if you haven't downloaded the SOMA Breath app already, go and do it now. Go and do it now. All right. I'm going to put up a QR code for it. So wait one sec. Need to get it. It's on YouTube. And while I just find this, I'm just going to unmute Rebecca, if you want to share.
Yes, please. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for your incredible work. I'm really grateful to you. I signed up to become all 3 levels. And then I moved house. I just signed it up at the beginning of the month. And then I moved house, and then I just lost my dog unexpectedly. And this is the first moment that but this, what you brought me was so deep and profound. And it's funny, the synchronicity of the timing. So anyways, right. So yeah,
amazing.
But what I really want to ask is, whenever I do any of these breathwork sessions, when I find myself at the end and I'm just sitting quietly in like a meditative place, I find myself not breathing. And I'm wondering if I should be concerned about that, or if I should start to try to regulate something. Do I need to go in there and do something, or should I just let my body reach? Okay. Because I just don't breathe.
That's fine. That's the whole point. So what I was saying before is your mind and thoughts are linked to your breath. So when you breathe, thought is created, thought is increased. When you breathe out, thought is reduced. When you stop breathing, it's the same. Your thought reduces. And that's the ultimate state of peace that we can get into. All right. So that's the whole purpose of the method, is to get you into that state. So your breath may stay still for a very long time. And that's what's supposed to happen. That's how it works, right? It's the ultimate reset. And this is what we found with the Cambridge University studies, is they showed that, our method makes the default mode network go offline, just like psychedelics do. They also turn off this conscious thought, the neocortex. The human is really on a soul level, but it's the conscious, more modern part of us, not the primitive, that evolved later, right? And that is what gives us conscious awareness and experience. That goes offline with psychedelics and also with SOMA breath and meditation in itself. Meditation that people find hard, they get confused, they don't understand it. With SOMA breath, when you do a SOMA breath meditation, which is what these are, it's like the easiest way to get to that state of deep peace. Some people will take years in a cave or an ashram to try and do that. You can actually, all of you, make your own little ashram at home, right? You can find a place where you can just keep it for yourself. You can make a little sanctuary, a healing sanctuary. What you want is nice smells. You want to have good essential oils. You want to have a clean environment. You want to be in a place you're not going to get disturbed and distracted. And make like an altar. You can have, that's what these altars are for. It's for, you're just getting your awareness away from this voice in your head to something other than that, which can be like a talisman, an altar, a mandala. Put your own one up. So then you create your own sanctuary, and then that makes it even easier to get into that state. And that's when prayer is just the art of speaking to your unconscious mind and reprogramming it. That's what prayer really is. It's the God within you that's answering the prayers, and that God within you is just really your operating system being programmed how you want, right? So we all have the power of God, but some of us use it and abuse that power, and we shouldn't do that either. But we can all wake up to this power of being able to create the reality we want as long as we use this for good, right? That's the caveat. We're not using this for doing horrible things to people. All right. So did you have any question? Was that the question you asked, Rebecca? Yep. Okay, thank you so much. So there was I just saw someone else had their hand up. So look. Paul, let's put you on. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I've just come back from a yoga and a meditation retreat in Bali, and I
Nice.
was practicing certain breathwork practices there. And I've got Kundalini going through my body at the minute. I'm not sure whether you know
Wow.
about Kundalini, and it's crazy. Certain
Yeah.
breath work makes my mind busier. So
Yes.
that one was actually quite good. But have you got any others that will help me quiet my monkey mind down? Because with the Kundalini energy, it's purging and my mind chatters crazy. That one was really, really good. I was just wondering whether there's any
Yeah.
more in the app.
Yes. Go on the app and go to the rest section.
Yeah.
In there, you'll find, and also any of the breath meditation. So there is a section on the app. You find it's called breath entrainment. And these are the slow rhythmic breathing tracks. They're the
Right.
best. That's actually, if you want to get into a very deep meditative state, do the slow rhythmic breathing tracks where
Yeah.
you're just breathing to the music. And the music is very calming. And they're in the breath entrainment section on the app. And they're really powerful, very restorative. They make you feel really good
Brilliant.
within you. All right.
Yeah.
So go to breath. If you go to the app, click on relax. You'll see breath entrainment at the top. They've actually made a typo. They put breath entertainment. It's actually breath
Right.
entrainment.
Amazing.
But you'll see the tracks there, and just try any of those out, and that should really help. Because
Right.
you can also do humming. Some people like to hum. When you hum or sing, you're doing the same trick. You're just taking your mind away from the voice. It's very hard to think of anything else when you're humming or making a sound, right? And here's another little thing I'll add in. They did science experiments and they found that free will's on the exhale. So most people are breathing continuously, right? And, hopefully we all are. That's why we're alive. But when we're breathing, we're not like consciously aware of the breath. But when we get conscious control, that's the beginning of free will, turning it on. And when you exhale longer than you inhale, the exhale is where free will happens. So you'll find in a lot of meditative practices from yoga, when you hum, chant om, or chant mantras, om namah shiva, what happens is you're programming the unconscious mind through the mantra, right? And as you're humming or making the sound of the chant, you are calming down the conscious mind, bringing awareness to the unconscious operating system where you can consciously reprogram yourself. Okay, so that monkey mind is moved to one side, and now you're one-on-one with the unconscious operating system. And that's what the art of mantra can get you into those states. That's a whole class in itself. So what we do a lot in our retreats, very powerful deprogramming techniques. So yeah, that is the best section for you.
Okay, amazing.
Hope that helps.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Great. And so a thing about breath work. So when you breathe, you hyperventilate. Okay. What are we doing? We're inspiring a lot. Right. And it's creating, and any fast breathing will create a lot of inspiration. So some people get into these very deeply inspired states and have these huge aha moments, very dopaminergic, produce a lot of dopamine. You get into these inspired states. Some people, they get out of control. And usually the more Vata types, they get very, which are the air element types, get very ungrounded. All right. And if you can channel that, you can actually get into these inspired states. But they call it the Kundalini rising. I call it becoming ungrounded because you've, become an airhead, breathe too much, hyperventilated. Hyperventilation takes away oxygen from the brain and certain regions of the brain to deal with consciousness. And that can make you feel like out of body. All right. So that's basically what happened. If you did a lot of breath work, very intense breath work, that's one of the side effects.
Yeah, that's what sparked my Kundalini. A lot of somatic breath work.
Yes. You have to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah. Crazy
Yeah?
energy. I've actually signed up to become a facilitator. I've got a phone call with a guy called Billy. So I'm looking forward to that.
You're in safe hands. Billy's great. Amazing.
Yeah. I've just come back from Bali yesterday, so I'm completely jet lagged.
That doesn't help either. Like, get some sleep.
Yeah.
On time.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for your help.
Cheers, Paul. Good job, man. Nice one.
Take care.
Okay, we got Francis. Hello. Hi. Just need to unmute.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't do it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I had a few, but anyway, I was curious because in another live session you were talking about how you healed yourself with breath work, and I was wondering if there is one main breath work, a kind of breath work that you use to heal your gut, or just all different ones.
No, so it's very difficult to say exactly what it was because I did a lot of different things. So what I did was I put it all into the 21-day awakening journey, all the things I did and made it step by step. And so a lot of people who have autoimmune or gut issues, they get significantly better after the 21 days, right? Especially if they follow the lifestyle advice in there in terms of the nutrition, the supplements, the detox protocol that we have, the gut healing mechanism.
Oh, wonderful.
That combined with the breathing techniques is the magic. And really what we're doing is breath meditation, where so autoimmune is formed from a corrupted operating system. The reason the corruption happens is because of fear manifests as disease. And so if there's a loud voice in your head that's anxious, fearful, resentful, low vibe, like full of like negative self-talk, what happens, it confuses the immune system. And the immune system thinks that you are the threat because it doesn't know what's healthy and what's not anymore. It gets confused. So when you calm that negative self-talk and through meditation practice, like we're just doing, but we also add in the extra techniques to help you heal, it starts to turn the stress on and the immune system eventually corrects itself, especially when you use the right intentions. Because what you're doing is you'll reprogram, create visualization, you can reprogram the inner world, but you need to get into those meditative states first. And that's what the breath work helps you get into as well.
Wow, amazing. Sense? Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
So that's really, it's a lot of it's about reprogramming that we do in SOMA Breath. The 21-day awakening journey is a complete life transformational course. It's all about transformation and reprogramming. But we follow a specific breath protocol that's known, and we've proven it, very good for autoimmune. I mean, I can't guarantee it works for everybody, but a lot of people report they recover from autoimmune. But remember, then afterwards, you have to make it into a way of life. You have to make it into a way of life after this. You can't just do the 21 days and then that's it,
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Would you recommend we do that before any like facilitator training? If we're interested, should we do the 21-day thing first?
We do recommend often 21 days is a good stepping stone to everything. But the facilitator training includes, well, not the facilitator, but the instructor training. The advanced, the full package includes the 21 days because that will then become the course you can teach to others.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to
and
know.
then you can get it and start doing it if you do the instructor training at in advance. That's
okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
So, great. Well, great. A lot of people interested in being instructors. It's fantastic. Cool. Deborah. Hello, Deborah.
Hi, now it did.
Hi.
Thank you so much. I am so grateful you have become my complimentary pharmacopoeia. I go to your breath work when I'm on the ceiling and I need to be talked down. And just listening to you, I could listen to you all day talking about the scientific backing of your breath work, and your dedication is just off the charts impressive.
Thank
I can't express how I'm going to be using your programming, but right now I'm turning inward and I'm meeting Deborah for the first time. Now I've lived 74 years with
Wow.
with a different knowledge of myself, and now the truths are coming up because I'm doing deep interior work.
Mm.
And I have to tell you, I was in touch with a facilitator yesterday who's able to help me with what's it called, neurodivergence. I might be on the spectrum, and that's why I've been not being able to connect. I try to be connected with people, but there's an interrupt, and I've learned how to mask it. And so, and in the 50s, 60s, nobody was talking about ADHD, hyperactive, uh, attention deficit. All that was not even on their radar. And so now I'm getting hope. Finally, I might be able to go to my maker, having like come to homeostasis, wholeness, gestalt. The whole thing is like, um, I love God's sense of humor. It's just so precious. So I know this will assist me in overcoming the fear of taking. I'm going to go take the testing. I'm going to try to hire a practitioner who can help me to find solutions to the coping so I can cope. I used to joke with people when I would be in conversation with them, and I would read their face and I look for approval, and I would say, it's difficult being Deborah. That's all I knew. I didn't know about the internal family system that I have been dealing with, and sending my voices into exile because it was just too much. It was overwhelming. But when I woke up this year to the fact that there are methods and modalities to help, the Japanese art of breaking the vessel and then gluing it together with gold infused glue, and it becomes 1,000 times stronger. That's how I look at my life. It doesn't have to be victimization and then, oh, woe is me. It's my greatest liability becomes my greatest asset. And I know someday along the line, I will be signing up. I'm doing resonant language learning now, and not a nonviolent communication. So I have to change the tapes that go around in that loop up there. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow. Well, you don't look 74 for a start, so you're doing something
That's
right.
because I have to share with you. I've been tapping into my child within, not knowing it. I would go swimming deep, open water is my favorite method of meditating. And I would pack my lungs. I didn't even know this is with packing my lungs like you teach us, to hypoxia. I would take in as much oxygen as I can. I'd go underwater and I'd swim for as long as I could,
Wow.
squeezing all that oxygen down to my toes until I couldn't stand it any longer. And this was my dolphin breath play. And then I would shoot up out of the water and go, and I'm pretty sure the food as medicine helped a lot. So I
Wow.
embraced all of these complementary sciences when I was 35. I had just given birth to my daughter, and you just want to live forever when you're that young.
Wow. Yeah. So you did well. Like you learned all this stuff many years ago, way before
Yeah,
me.
my problem is I still think negative, you know, those negative thoughts that rob me of my serenity and my I am a loving person. And I can tell from the early photographs of Deborah when she was born and didn't have all the chatter that goes on and the life experiences that rob you of fragments of your soul. And I'm learning to, with a facilitator, to get back into that line of light, that river, that divine river of light. And yeah, thank you. And you're one of my guides, my
Thank
energetic
you.
guides. Yeah. I'm finally getting a voice. I can tell people how much I love them and not like feel ashamed of it, you know? So you're
Well, thank
beautiful.
you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing. So, yeah, so I think there was a question. I think I was just it was on
I
my head.
think I'm wondering the not
That
neurodivergency
was it.
that yeah, I'm grappling with the fear of learning that I am. You know, I've been learning a lot of things that I've had to quickly regroup and and change and you
Yeah.
know, and
So
I'm in it.
I think
Go ahead.
everyone's on the spectrum a little bit. We're all a little bit on the spectrum. In the Vedic system, we would call it that's a person who's very high vata energy, air element. And so they didn't call it ADHD. It's just you have a very creative mind. And people with ADHD tend to, I can tell you, or Vata, have very creative minds. They're very creative. And so when they're in a robotized system, they go a little bit, they come across as they've got ADHD. They can't focus because their mind moves very fast, right? And other people are more grounded, their mind moves very slow. So there's nothing wrong. It just means you're very creative. So if you just channel that creativity, you'll become very happy. All right.
Well, I
Because that's
believe that. And whenever people would talk to me about children that were put on Ritalin, I would say, it's just a very spirited child. That child does not need
yes.
medicine to dull him down or her down. You need to work one-on-one with someone of that.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I didn't fall through the cracks because some divine interior intelligence told me, you're okay. They're going to try to institutionalize you. And they did. They wanted me in a psych ward on
Wow.
Thorazine, and I would not have it. I signed myself out of that kind of approach to you know,
Good.
making a whole loving human being back, you know. So yeah, thanks so much. I'm just gonna follow you all the way around
Thank
the
you so
world
much.
energetically.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Beautiful. Somebody said they were desperate. iPhone. Take a last couple of calls and then that's it. I'm muting you. You said you were desperate. I'm unmuting you. Now's your chance.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, Niraj. It's
Okay.
Alka. How are
Oh, hi,
you?
Alka. Hi.
Sorry, I haven't been able to get back on track with Soma, and I'm trying to get there. I told you my brother had amyloidosis with the extra protein buildup and outside of his eye, like
Oh,
in the
yeah.
eye on the bottom. So I just want to make it quick so others can get a chance. But he went to India, got a surgery in Kerala done with a really good doctor, came back, and she said it might build up. And it built up again. And then he had a surgery again in Toronto. And again, he went for tests. They did genetic testing because they said he has that, what do you call it? Oh my God, I forgot. The neuropathy that
Yeah.
has happened. So they did genetic testing and they said we have to test because they don't know what it is. And now the protein came up again in his test. And again, September, he has to go for surgery. So they keep taking it out. But I don't know, like, there's a clinic in Boston, the only clinic, like a Mayo clinic, it's for amyloidosis clinic. and all the doctors got together and tried to send the reports and suggest that if they can take him, and they rejected him because amyloidosis, they said they have more studies on internal, and it's like a tumor, I guess. I don't understand too much of it, but it just attacks the body organs, and once it does that, you're done. Like, there's no help, and they're still researching. So they said he's got it very unique. Outside the eye, protein buildup keeps coming, and they don't know, and they rejected him to take him to help him. So we're just at a dead end, and they just keep scooping the protein, and now he's really stressed because he just got back this year in January, and then he had the second surgery here, and he said he's not going to go back to India. It's too much for him because he's stressed out. And
Yeah.
so I don't know, is there anything you can suggest that I can help him with?
I mean, other than what we already talked about before, it's a difficult one. Like, it's a very rare situation. There's many different factors to it. So all I can say is just focus on calm, peace, and doing the practice of the 21-day awakening journey, just the gentle stuff.
I should give him the 21-day journey and let him start that, right?
Yeah. You should
Okay.
be his guide. You know, you've done it. You know what to do.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, and it's so good to see you again.
Good to see you. Great to hear from you, and best wishes to your partner.
Thank
That's
you
a
very,
very,
very
very
much.
sad thing for him to go through. Yeah.
Thank you, Niraj.
Okay. So I think we're time is up. For those of you who are interested in becoming instructors, Monica will send a link. The best thing to do is to book a call, schedule a call. We got a lot of exciting things going on. We've got a whole new app coming to launch with find an instructor network on it. We have a whole library of different sessions on there for you to use, practice. We have the 21 Day Awakening Journey as well, which is very powerful. And somebody just asked about colostrum. So if you go to somaholistica.com, Soma Holistica is where we sell the colostrum. So try that for colostrum. And the 21 Day Awakening Journey is for those of you who really want to go deep and go on a very powerful transformation. Sleep apnea, don't sleep on your back, sleep on your side, on your right side. You have to watch your weight. It's often caused by being overweight. As soon as you lose the weight, the breathing gets better. Don't sleep on your back ever. Don't eat late at night. And practice our course called Breath Fit. That's another one of our courses, which or work with a SOMA Breath instructor. They can help you get over sleep apnea very, very well. Okay? Because it's all about breathing retraining. Once you stabilize the CO2 levels in the system, you create peace, okay, inside. And from that comes the healing of sleep apnea, because it's the CO2 that you need to increase, okay? That's what calms the sleep apnea down, all right? It'll help you get better night's sleep. Okay, so last but not least, for everyone who's wondering, Deanna is one of our regulars. She's on every single call, and she always wants us to unmute her so she can say hello to everyone. So here we go, Deanna. It's your chance. Yeah. But for some reason, she's not got her mic on, so we can't hear you. But yes, sending you lots of love, Deanna. Yes, yes. We love you all. Okay, so I think that's the end. We've been going for 2 hours now, over 2 hours. And I hope that was valuable. Someone says, please talk about colostrum. Just check out somaholistica.com to get the information there. There's a whole ebook on it. And for the person who said they had colitis, or gut issues, check out colostrum. somaholistic.com. You'll read about it all on there, what it does for the guts. Okay, I think that's it. I think we are at the end. It's been great. We could go on and on and on, but I have to wait till the next one. Okay? So much love, everyone, and I'll see you soon. We got some exciting events coming up. Breath Rave this Sunday for our special Breathe Together is going to be me doing a breath rave. So if you like the dancing, the moving, come for that. I'm going to do a whole DJ set, a breath rave. It's like breathwork and dance combined. See you, everyone. Much love. It's